starting lineup. First, visiting Tornado. Batting first and playing second base is number 2, Jason Castaneda. Batting second and playing third base is number 8, Mark Liger. Batting third and playing in center field is number 2, Tony Valdez. Batting fourth and playing catcher is number 4, Bubba Ruiz. Batting fifth and playing shortstop is number 34, Tyler Baker. Batting sixth and playing first base is number 23, Hunter Barbaugh. Batting seventh and playing in left field is number 13, Kevin Arbano. Batting eighth and the designated hitter is number 22, Austin Myers. Batting ninth and playing in right field is number 12, Ashton King. Pitching for the Tornado is number 1, Grant Boyd. The Tornado are coached by Mr. Blaine Brown. He is assisted by Luke Howard, Andrew Montague, and Caleb Abney. And now, the starting lineup for your North Greenville Crusaders. Batting first and playing in left field is number 8, Josh Black. Batting second and playing shortstop is number 2, Utah Jones. Batting third and playing catcher is number 32, John Jones. Batting fourth and playing in right field is number 6, Connor Grant. Batting fifth and playing first base is number 3, Ryan Brown. Batting sixth and the designated hitter is number 22, Andrew Plunkett. Batting seventh and playing in center field is number 7, Jack Morris. Batting eighth and playing second base is number 1, Jared Williams. Batting ninth and playing third base is number 15, Eric Gilbert. And on the mound for your Crusaders is number 27, Ethan Garner. Your Crusaders are coached by Landon Powell in his 4th season here at NGU. He is assisted by John Cutlangus, Tyler Jackson, graduate assistant Stuart Hunt, and undergraduate assistants Bennett Hill and Hunter Dilworth.
You mean the lazy pants? Excuse me, Mr.
At this time, we ask that you please rise and gentlemen remove your caps or the invitation and remain standing as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem. Dear God, thank you for another beautiful day to enjoy the sport of baseball. Thank you for your son Jesus and the grace he gives us that we don't deserve. Thank you for the support of each team's friends and families here today. Please keep this game injury-free and help these athletes play for your glory with the talents you've given them. In your name we pray, amen.
Welcome everyone to Ray.
Welcome everyone to Ray and B. Dillard Field here on the campus of North Greenville University, where Christ makes a difference. Getting ready for game one of a 3-game conference set against the King University Tornado out of Bristol, Tennessee. Grace Sutherland here with you today as we get set for the beginning of this weekend series against the Tornado of King University. King comes into this one 15-6. Overall, 6-3 in conference play, 5-3 on the road, and in North Greenville, 19-5. Overall, last checked, ranked number 8 in one of the various Division II polls. Still undefeated here on the home artificial turf, the only all artificial turf field in the state of South Carolina, apart from the pitcher's mound, which is still natural dirt. So 8-0 here at home, 19-5 overall, 7-2 in conference play. North Greenville looking for their 4th straight conference series win, as they already have claimed series over the Flying Fleet of Erskine, the Lions out of Emmanuel, and taking the series 2-1 over the Crusaders from North Carolina of Belmont Abbey. We'll take a look at your starting pitchers for today. It'll be number 1, Grant Boyd, taking the hill for King. We'll have more on him when he comes up to the hill. And for North Greenville, head coach Landon Powell sending number 27, Ethan Garner, to take the mound to start today's game. This will be Gardner's 6th start in his 7th appearance. Gardner has 3 wins, 1 loss, a 4.85 ERA, and through 26 innings, he's given up 27 hits, 16 runs, 14 of them earned. He's walked 4 and struck out 29. And opponents are batting .270 against Gardner. Here's how the Tornado will come up to the plate. Leading off the inning, and in just a few moments, here will be the second baseman, J.P. Castaneda. So the righty will step in and we'll be underway. Castaneda batting .316 on the season. Gardner ready to deal. And it's ball 1. Rest of the batting order for the Tornado is the third baseman, Mark Michael. Center fielder, Tony Valdez. Catcher, Bubba Ruiz. He'll bat 4th. As their strike 1 in. After Ruiz, a shortstop, Tyler Bailey. First baseman, Hunter Barber. Left fielder, Kevin Barbado. The DH, Austin Meyer. He'll bat 8th. And rounding out the batting order for the Tornado will be the right fielder, Ashton King, as Gardner does strike 2. So 1-2 count to the leadoff man for King. And called strike 3 on the inside, and Gardner starts off hot with a strikeout. 1 down against King. And this will bring up the third baseman, number 8, Mark Michael. Michael batting .308 for the Tornado. And he'll drive this one into deep left field. Back to the fence, and see ya. That one is gone, and King responds with a home run to the strikeout a moment ago. And it's 1-0 Tornado. Mark Michael with his 16th, or his first home run of the season. That's his 16th RBI. And it's 1-0 King. Gardner gives up the early home run, and now the center fielder, Tony Valdez, will come up, batting .382 for King. And he'll pop this one up over into shallow left. Actually won't even make it to the outfield. Third baseman calling for it, and Eric Gilbert adjusting and recording out number 2.
Up to bat number 4, Bubba Ruiz.
Next up will be the catcher, Bubba Ruiz. Batting .264 for King. This will be his 22nd start in 22 games played for King. First pitch swinging and fouled off the first base side. Strike 1 to the Tornado catcher. Here's how North Greenville aligns defensively. Out in the field, Ethan Gardner on the mound. John Jones catching for him. In the infield, Ryan Brown at first. Jared Williams at second. Utah Jones at short. Eric Gilbert over at third. As Gardner dusts Ruiz for strike 2. And after rounding out the infield with Gilbert at third, in the outfield from right to left, Connor Grant, Jack Morrison center, and Josh Black over in left. Pitch missing up high, 1-2 to Ruiz. Now 1-2. Ball 2, missing outside. Evens it up to 2-2. 2 outs. And off the nose of the bat, up into center field. And the inning continues for King with a 2-out single from Ruiz. And next up will be the shortstop, number 34, Tyler Bailey, batting .345. For King, this will be his 22nd start. And he'll foul a pitch off a, looked like that one might have caught him on the elbow. Strike 1. And here comes John Jones up to talk with Gardner. Gardner's got 2 outs this inning, but he's given up a home run and a single. And still trying to retire the side here in the top of the first. Gardner ready to go. And that gets away from Jones, and there goes Ruiz moving up to second. On the, see if that goes down as a wild pitch. It'll be ball 1 to Bailey. And put it up at a 1-1 count. And Gardner missing down low in the turf in front of Jones again, 2-1. Here's Gardner on the 2-1, fires it right down the middle, 2-2. So again, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gardner fires. Lifted over into right field. And it is caught on the run by Connor Grant to retire the side for King. Not before the Tornadoes strike first, however. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. And 1 left on base for King here through the top half of the first. The Tornado lead the Crusaders 1-0 heading to the bottom of the first. Grant Boyd taking to the hill for King. We'll go over his numbers in just a second. And the batting order for North Greenville will go like this. The left fielder Josh Black will lead things off. Utah Jones and John Jones also due up here in the bottom of the first. Connor Grant will bat 4th. Ryan Brown 5th. Andrew Plunkett 6th. Jack Moore 7th. Jared Williams 8th. Eric Gilbert will round out the batting order in the 9 spot. So here's a look at the starter for King as Grant Boyd, number 1, will be on the hill. He comes in with a 1.77 ERA, 4 wins, 1 loss. This will be his 6th start in 7 appearances. He has gone a complete game for the Tornado, and through 35 2/3 innings, he's given up 22 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned. Walked 17, struck out 39. He's only allowed 3 extra base hits all season, and opponents batting 175 against him. So King throwing a pretty good one on the mound to try and get this series off to a good start for King. He'll have a tough task of facing off against Josh Black first, who has embraced this leadoff role for North Greenville, as he is 4th in the Conference Carolinas, 10 stolen bases for Black, and also 2nd best batting average in the conference with a 424, right behind his fellow Crusader. John Jones actually leads the Conference Carolinas in batting average. So Jones and Black nailing down the 1-2 spots. And here comes Black. Step into the right side of the batter's box. And Grant Boyd ready to go. So Josh Black just mentioned his average, 424 on the season for NGU. And 10 stolen bases. Boyd ready to go. And Black fouls it off for strike 1. And delayed call, but called strike 2 nonetheless. That'll put Black behind 0-2. Here comes the 0-2, and that one will skip away from the catcher. That is ball 1. Now the 1-2. Black fouls it off. Grant Boyd, 4th best ERA in the Conference Carolinas, his 1.77. As these two schools competing here today have 3 of the top 5 spots in the ERA department, as Boyd misses downstairs, 2-2. Kanan Cropper for North Greenville sliding into the bullpen, taking over a top reliever role, is 2nd. As here comes a 2-2, and Black swings at this one high in the zone, drives it to right center field and caught. And somehow Tony Valdez hangs on to it, and Black, who arriving at 2nd thought he had a double, is robbed of it for out number 1. One down, and now here is number 2, Utah Jones. And strike 1 called. Jones batting .333 for North Greenville. And the 0-1. They'll make it 0-2. Boyd on the 0-2. Doesn't get the call on the outside. 1-2. Here's how King lines up defensively in the field. Boyd on the mound. Bubba Ruiz catching for him. Hunter Barber at first. Castaneda at 2nd. Bailey at short. Mark Michael at 3rd. And off the end of the bat, that one will get over the third baseman's head into left field, and Jones is aboard with a one-out single. Rest of the fielding arrangement for King is from in the outfield, right to left, Ashton King, Tony Valdez, and Kevin Barbado. And now here comes the catcher, number 32, John Jones. Number 1 in the conference in batting average with a .449. And here with a runner on first, one out. And he'll swing at the first pitch and drive it into left field. And back-to-back singles for North Greenville as the throw comes back in. John Jones all over that pitch up high in the zone. Runners on first and second now. And the right fielder, Connor Grant, will come to the plate. 5th best conference average at a .392. Boyd looks back over to second, throws to the plate, and dropped by the catcher. No advance from the runners, but that'll be ball 1 to Grant. Boyd taking his time, checks back to second, throws up high, 2-0. Boyd checks second again. And fouled away by Grant, strike 1. Connor Grant with 24 RBIs this season, 4 doubles, a triple, and 5 home runs. Count 2-1 to the NGU right fielder. They get 3-1, missing up high. Utah Jones at second, John Jones at first. After back-to-back singles for North Greenville, Grant seeing what he can do here with one out. Now called time, but stepped right back in. Boyd ready to go on 3-1. And Grant all over it, past the third baseman, and cut off before it can reach the outfield grass by the shortstop. And that will be scored as a hit for Connor Grant. So 3 straight singles, has the bases loaded for Ryan Brown. Batting .287 for North Greenville. He's got 14 RBIs on the season and a chance to add to them. Bases loaded for NGU, 1 out. Boyd finally throws and misses outside, 1-0. North Greenville last game out this past Wednesday, a 19-1 win over the Lander Bearcats, clinching that non-conference series. 2-1, as Boyd missing up high, 2-0. In fact, the least amount of runs North Greenville has scored since March the 6th has been 6 runs and a loss at Erskine. 16-9 win against the Fleet, 18-5 in game 1. A big 7-3 win over then number 4 ranked Florida Southern. And then back on March the 6th with a 15-7 win against Anderson. A 2-0. Drops in the zone, strike 1, 2-1. In fact, this North Greenville team has been shut out only twice all season, once against Lander on February the 10th, and second game of the season, February 3rd at Georgia College. A 2-0, or the 2-1, missing up high and outside, 3-1. Waiting on the 3-1 from Boyd. Nowhere to put him if he walks Brown. And it will be ball 4. So North Greenville will get a free pass as Utah Jones comes in to score. And the base is still loaded, as this will bring up the DH, Andrew Plunkett. A right-handed senior out of Memphis, Tennessee. Transfer from the University of Tennessee. And Boyd ready to go. Strike 1. So since the fly out to center from Josh Black that was expertly caught by Tony Valdez, it has been 3 straight singles and a walk. And Boyd missing up high, 1-1. 6th batter at the plate for North Greenville. They've got him loaded right now as Grant picked up a walk and then also walked a run in, tied at 1. Here's a 1-1. Now strike 2 called up high in the zone. Infield playing deep for King. And Boyd looking for out number 2. He's got Plunkett behind 2 strikes, and Plunkett fouls it away to stay alive. Boyd draws set. And a 2-2. Lifted into center field. That's going to drop and score at least 1. It goes all the way to the fence. That might score 2, even 3. Here comes Brown around third. Throw comes in, and that will be a 3 RBI double for the NGU DH. Plunkett arriving at second. John Jones will score. Connor Grant scores. And Ryan Brown all the way from first will score. And that'll free up some room on the base pass and bring up the center fielder, Jack Morris, number 7. Batting .211 for North Greenville. 7th batter to the plate. That's 4-1 North Greenville here, and we're not even out of the first. Boyd fires, strike 1 in. And 0-1. Right in the same spot, strike 2. Boyd jumps ahead in the count again. Still looking for out number 2. And the 0-2, way outside, 1 and 2. Good job by the catcher Ruiz back there, having to reach out for that one. And the 1-2, just missing up high, 2 and 2. Plunkett still waiting at second, 1 on, 1 out. After the 3 RBI double from Plunkett gave North Greenville a lead. And here's a 2-2. Clobbered into left field. This one looks good, and it is out of here. And a 2-run shot over the left field fence. Jack Morris with his 3rd home run of the year makes it 6-1 North Greenville. And that will bring up the second baseman, Jared Williams, with the bases now empty. And Williams batting .314 for NGU. Boyd still looking for that second out. And strike 1. Past 6 batters, 3 singles, a walk, a double, and a home run. After Black flying out to center, this is the 8th batter up for North Greenville. The count is 1-1 to Williams. And got him to chase a slider to jump ahead 1-2. And the 1-2 off the catcher for ball 2. Again, Ruiz having to slide out to cover that one. 2-2. And off the nose of the bat, a 2-hopper to second. Throw to first on the slide is out. And Williams just barely unable to beat the throw, and that will be the second out on the long throw from Castaneda from second. Well, still here in the bottom of the first. North Greenville will send their entire batting order to the plate. This is Eric Gilbert. He rounds out the batting order. As Gilbert will swing at the first pitch and foul it off. Strike 1. 2 down now for King. Gilbert batting .222 for North Greenville. Picked up his first home run of the season last Wednesday against Lander. And the 0-1. Up high and outside, 1-1. And this has not been a good start for Boyd this inning. Pitch number 40 getting ready to come. And Gilbert reached out for it. He'll take strike 2. Started to check up on it. And now Boyd a strike away from getting out of the inning. And called, no, ball 2. Everybody for King thought that was strike 3, and instead it will be ball 2. Well, count evened up, 2-2 with 2 outs. And Gilbert fouls one off high in the zone. He'll stay alive. And we'll try again. And Gilbert with a slow roller to second. Plenty of time to throw. And that will bring an end to the first for North Greenville. And after it's all said and done, back-to-back groundouts to second is what retires the side. North Greenville, 6 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base here at the end of the first. Well, certainly a productive one as we'll head to the top of the second. King now down 5, and will look to respond here with the Tornado with Hunter Barber, Kevin Barbado, and Austin Meyer due up when we come back here on the North Greenville Sports Network.
Up to bat, number 23, Hunter Barber.
Nope.
North Greenville leading 6-1 over King here in the top of the second. And Ethan Gardner, been a while since he was on the mound, but not showing any rust. He'll fire strike 1 into the first baseman for King. This is Hunter Barber. And he'll send a high chopper. Here comes Ryan Brown, can't field it. And Barber will lead off the inning. Reaching first and waiting to see how that one's going to be scored as the left fielder Kevin Barbado will come up next. Batting .329 for King. And Barber will be credited with a hit today. And here is Barbado. He'll swing at the first pitch and drive it foul. And out of play. Strike 1. Gardner gave up a home run and a single back in the first inning, but other than that, a strikeout and 2 flyouts. Retired the side for King as there's Gardner firing strike 2 past Barbado. So Barber, who just picked up his first hit of this series, he'll improve upon his batting average as Gardner with the strikeout. Needs only 4 pitches to take care of Barbado. 1 down. Barber came in batting .271, so he'll build upon that as we move on to the DH. This is Austin Meyer, number 22, batting .333 for King. Runner on first. And ball 1 missing outside. And Gardner just missing outside again. And got him to chase that one, strike one. That makes a count 2-1 to the DH. Meyer 42 at bats, 14 hits. And chases another one. 2-2 count. Gardner looking pretty relaxed here early. And on the 2-2, that is driven into left field and foul. Still looking for that second out. Runner over on first. And just missing outside. That'll make it 3-2. Full count to Meyer. And now to payoff. Popped up in the infield over to the right side. Called for and caught by second baseman Jared Williams. Record out number 2.
Up to bat number 12, Ashton King.
And this will bring up the right fielder. Number 12, Ashton King for the Tornado. And King is batting .283 on the season for King. Gardner fires. First pitch swing lifted into center field, will drop for a base hit.
Stepping up to bat number 10, J.P. Castaneda.
Now we'll move back to the top of the order for J.P. Castaneda. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout looking back in the first. Riders on first and second. Gardner fires. Swing and a miss on strike one. Almost looked like Castaneda looked like he wasn't sure about it. And the 0-1, missing outside, 1-1. A 1-1. Check swing fouled off. Well, put Castaneda behind 1-2. And Gardner trying to get out of the inning. Another check swing fouled off over to right field. And Grant won't have a shot at it. Now Castaneda stays alive. King bullpen ready on that play. I'll try again on 1-2. Yeah, fouled off the right side, heading over to that bullpen, but won't make it there. So Castaneda battling here hard against Gardner, staying alive, as fouled off 2 straight. Still a 2-2 count to him, and 2 outs. And got him to chase a nice breaking ball up high for strike 3. So King, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on as the side is retired. Heading to the bottom of the second, North Greenville after a 6-run bottom of the first. See what they can do here in the bottom of the second as Grant Boyd will return after getting rocked pretty good an inning ago. Due up for the Crusaders, it'll be the same as the first. Josh Black, Utah Jones, and John Jones at the top of the order. When we come back, North Greenville leading 6-1.
Right here, this says.
Stepping up to bat, number 8, Josh Black.
Josh Black leading things off here in the bottom of the second for North Greenville. A 6-run bottom of the first. Bit of a tough performance to live up to. Black looking to put the bunt down the third base side. Pitcher scoops it up, fires, and that is out number 1.
Up to bat is number 2, Utah Jones.
So Black will fall to 0-2 on the day. Utah Jones will be up next. He's 1 for 1 today with a single back in the first. And a run scored. And strike 1. There's the 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Jones spearheaded the bottom of the first for North Greenville. 3 straight singles, a walk, a double, and a home run. What plated 6 runs for North Greenville as Jones swinging again to straightaway center and caught. That one hung up for Valdez, and that will be 2 down. And next up, the catcher, number 32, John Jones. He's 1 for 1 today with a single back in the first. Best batting average for this North Greenville squad with a .449. For the senior from Oviedo, Florida. Transfer out of the University of South Carolina. There's a hometown connection there with the head coach for North Greenville, Landon Powell. Or a previous university. Of course, Powell spent his playing days down at South Carolina. And the 0-1 count here to John Jones. And now 1-1. Two down for North Greenville already here in the bottom of the second. And Boyd just a bit outside again, 2-1. Two one, ripped into right field, and that is a fair ball. John Jones around first. He's going to be chugging for second. Here comes a throw. Sliding safely is Jones, who keeps the inning going with a double. And that will keep the inning alive for Connor Grant. 1 for 1 today with a single back in the first and a run scored. Brown, the senior from Columbia, South Carolina, transfer out of the College of Charleston. Runner on second here for Grant. 2 outs. Boyd fires, looks for the bunt, and fouls it away. I have a lot of confidence in that play to try to be bunting with 2 outs. Waiting on the 0-1 from Boyd. Check second. Popped up. And this one is playable. Who's going to get it? Looks like a first baseman. No, it's the pitcher Boyd coming all the way over to grab that one. The side is retired for North Greenville. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. And 1 left on here for the Crusaders. Still leading 6-1 over King. We'll take it to the top of the 3rd. And due up for the Tornado will be Michael, Valdez, and Ruiz. That's 2, 3, and 4. The Tornado trailed by 5 here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Top of the 3rd here for King, with third baseman Mark Michael leading things off and Gardner ready to go. And Michael looking for the bunt, pulls it back, takes ball 1. Michael so far the lone run for King as he homered his first time up in the top of the 1st. And Gardner, he'll hammer this one into straightaway center field. Going back is Morris, and he'll record out number 1. Another good shot from Michael. That one falls short. And 1 down will bring up the center fielder, Tony Valdez, who is 0 for 1 today with a fly out to Gilbert at 3rd. Jack Morris, the junior for North Greenville, out of Ruckersville, Virginia. As Gardner ready to go to Valdez. Ball 1 missing down low. And fouled away. Make it 1-1. Gardner now for the 1-1. Swung over the top of strike 2. The 1-2. Skips off of John Jones in the turf. That'll be ball 2. Count evened up. Gardner ready to go. And golfed away. Foul. That'll keep Valdez alive. 2-2 still. And now the 2-2 again. And fouled away. Thought that caught a piece of left foot of Valdez. Doesn't look like it did. He seems okay. It's still 2-2. Lefty will step back in. Gardner fires. And ripped foul down the first base side by Valdez again. Over there into the hillside. Garner ready to go. And strike 3 up high. That'll put Valdez away for out number 2. Fourth strikeout by Gardner. And that'll bring up the catcher, Bubba Ruiz. Singled back in the first, reached second on a wild pitch where he was stranded. Gardner fires and tried to check his swing but couldn't hang off. Strike 1. The 0-1. Just missing upstairs, 1-1. The base is empty here for King, 2 outs. Gardner fires. Strike 2. And now Garner, the 1-2. Waste pitch high and outside, 2-2. Count evened up. Here comes Gardner. Reached out for it off the pitcher's mound, and Gardner has to scoop it up, and plenty of time to fire over to Brown at first for out number 3. King goes down in order, 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Heading to the bottom of the third, North Greenville still leading 6-1. Do it for the Crusaders will be Brown, Plunkett, and Morris. 5, 6, 7 when we come back here on the North Greenville Sports Network.
Also, I want to point out, I hit random on one of these brackets and I'm in 9 up one thing. Good mercy, like, look at that. I don't understand. I hit random. And it's amen to that. Yes. We are March 1. We're down.
Stepping up to bat is number 3, Ryan Brown.
Ryan Brown leading off the bottom of the third here for North Greenville as they lead King 6-1 here in game 1 of this 3-game conference set. North Greenville starting off the series with 3 straight conference series wins, taking a series over Belmont Abbey 2-1, sweeping Emmanuel, and taking one from Erskine 2-1. Things start getting off to a good start here in the first. And Boyd fires to Brown, and strike 1. Doing a little bit of a softball run through on that one. That doesn't work here. Strike 1 is called to him. Brown no official at bat yet as he walked back in the first. So Brown already with an RBI, a run scored, and a walk, and all of that coming in 1 inning. Has a 1-1 count here. And make it ball 2, just missing inside. 2-1. Now Boyd already the half-century mark in the pitch count. And get a good test of his endurance here today, as he's already up at 54. And that'll be 55, ball 3. 3-1. And Boyd goes. And that'll be ball 4. Brown walks again.
Up to bat number 22, Andrew Plunkett.
That'll be a leadoff man aboard here for North Greenville, and the DH, Andrew Plunkett. Had a 3 RBI double back in the first. He's 1 for 1 today. First pitch to Plunkett this inning, strike 1. And spin over to first. Back in time is Brown. Brown's 6 stolen bases on the season for North Greenville. Jared Williams has 8. Connor Grant's got 8. And the man at the top, Josh Black, with 10. Throw over to first again. Brown's still safe. And Plunkett steps back in, 0-1 count. And pitch to the plate. Strike 2. And now the 0-2. Plunkett reached out for it. Runner goes to second. Over his head into center field. Plunkett will be down on strikes and a stolen base for Ryan Brown. So Plunkett drops to 1 for 2 on the day, and let's bring up the center fielder, Jack Morris. The center fielder for North Greenville here in game 1, homered back in the first. Has a runner on second here with 1 out. And looking for the bunt. And watch his strike 1 go by. Boyd, long stare back at second. Here's the bunt down the third base side from Morris. Boyd scoops it up, low throw. Is in time to get Morris. That will move the runner over to third, though.
Up to bat number 1, Jared Williams.
2 down for North Greenville. Runner 90 feet away from home. And here comes the second baseman, Jared Williams, 0 for 1 today with a ground out to second. Williams swings at the first pitch, pops it up in the infield. Called for and caught by the second baseman, Castenda. That will be it for North Greenville here in the bottom of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on for NGU as they hold serve and keep it 6-1 over King. Heading to the top of the fourth, the Tornado will have the shortstop Bailey, the first baseman Barber, and the left fielder Barbado due up on the top of the fourth with a score 6-1 in favor of North Greenville here on the North Greenville Sports Network.
It's better than like a 25-year-old baby.
I wasn't referencing nobody. Okay. Rondo over here getting real. That type of stuff would happen where I grew up in high school. I went to high school.
Bailey leading things off the top of the fourth. Here for King as a Tornado trail by 5. Gardner ready to go. And missing downstairs, ball 1 to the Tornado shortstop. 0 for 1 today with a fly out to Connor Grant in right field. And the 1-0 fouled away. 1-1. Garner fires right down the middle, 1-2. And a 1-2. And Gardner fires and called strike 3, froze him. And Gardner still firing on all cylinders. Strikeout number 5 for Ethan Gardner. And this will bring up the first baseman, Hunter Barber. 1 for 1 today with a single back in the second. First pitch from this inning. In and out of the catcher's glove, 1-0. Gardner getting ready to hit his half-century mark in the pitch count. Boyd just surpassed that number back in the bottom of the third. A 1-0. Off the end of the bat, right to a diving second baseman, and Jared Williams comes up with the second out. The Superman play there from Williams. On the line out, 2 away for King. Bring up the left fielder, Kevin Barbado. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Back in the second. And he'll send a chopper. Slow roller to third. Fielded, throw to Brown, and King will go down in order for the second straight inning. No runs on no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for King here in the top of the fourth. Heading to the bottom half of the frame, due up for North Greenville will be Eric Gilbert leading things off, and back to the top of the order for Josh Black and Utah Jones. North Greenville leading 6-1 over King here on the North Greenville Sports Network.
It's down to us.
Stepping up is bat 15, Eric Gilbert.
Eric Gilbert leading off the bottom of the fourth for North Greenville. Crusaders lead at 6-1. Gilbert 0 for 1 today with a ground out to second in the first. And Grant Boyd, since that rocky first inning as he misses up high, ball one to Gilbert, settled in quite nicely. North Greenville's only been able to send 4 batters to the plate, and each time they've left a runner stranded. 1-0. Low and away, 2-0. And the 2-0 scooted inside, 3-0. And strike one. Called to Gilbert. Looks like he was going to try and put down a bunt. Instead, we'll take strike one. We'll make it 3-1. Boyd fires. That is called strike two. From here, it looked like that one was almost in the next county, but a full count to Gilbert. The 3-2. Swung on. Gilbert drives it over into left. And that is a foul ball. And Gilbert's still going and posts up at second. And he thought that was a fair ball. A dugout offering words of encouragement to him as he has to take a long walk back across the diamond to get to the plate after that one being foul. Still a full count to him. Gilbert trying hard for that double, but now we'll have to post back up for a 3-2 count. And that is ball four. So now he'll get a break. A nice slow walk down to first. Leadoff man aboard for the second straight inning here for NGU. So we'll turn things over back to the top of the order for the left fielder, Josh Black. He was 0 for 2 today with a fly out to center in the first. And a ground out back to the pitcher in the second. Boyd offers strike one. Pick off over to first. No good. Gilbert back in time. And Black calls time, steps out of the box. Comes the 0-1, make it 0-2. And Black calls time again. 0-2, and runner goes to second. Gilbert on the steal and thrown out well in time. And that'll be out number 1. Ball 1 to Black, now with the bases empty. Comes a 1-2, and he'll send a chopper over to short. Fielded, high throw is dropped. And that will put Black on with 1 out.
Up to bat number 2, Utah Jones.
And that will go down as an error on the shortstop, I believe. So Black aboard with 1 out. I'll turn things over to the shortstop. Utah Jones is 1 for 2 today with a single back in the first and a run scored. And he flew out to center back in the second. Spin over to first. And might see a lot of that. Josh Black, 10 stolen bases. That leads the team for NGU. So Boyd's going to try and keep him pinned back. He'll throw the plate this time, and strike 1 to Jones. And throw over to first. Black back in time. Still waiting on the 0-1 from Boyd. Here it is. And ripped into right field. That'll drop for a base hit. Black already around second, heading to third. Jones heading to second. And they will post up at second and third as Black holds up. And that is a double for Utah Jones.
Up to bat number 32, John Jones.
And an opportunity for the catcher, John Jones, to put some more runs on the board for North Greenville here in the bottom of the 4th. And John Jones 2 for 2 today with a double or a single in the first and a double coming in the second. Boyd offers, and off is catcher Ruiz for ball 1. Here comes a 1-0. Dropped by the catcher Ruiz outside, 2-0. And the 2-0. Low and away, 3-0. And hitters count to Jones, and that will be a 4-pitch walk. Bases loaded now for North Greenville as the right fielder Connor Grant will be given an excellent opportunity here with 1 out. Grant 1 for 2 with a single back in the first. Run scored and flew out back to the pitcher in the second. Bases loaded for Grant, and ball 1 low and away. Ruiz has to pick that one up before it gets away. 1-0. And here comes Ruiz out to have a talk with Boyd. Haven't seen a member of the coaching staff for King. Haven't seen head coach Blaine Brown in his 8th season for the Tornado. He hasn't made his way out there yet. And we haven't seen any of the assistants, Luke Howard, Andrew Montague, or Caleb Abney for King. No mound visit for North Greenville either. Haven't seen head coach Landon Powell. No need to make a change yet. Haven't seen pitching also on Powell's staff. Pitching coach John Kootlangus. Tyler Jackson assisting as well. And ball 2 missing. Boyd's starting to get up in a pitch count, almost at 80 here, as he fires a 2-0. And that's up high, 3-0. Nowhere to put Grant. Bases loaded here with 1 out. Hitters count to the right fielder, strike 1. And that was pitch 80 here for Boyd. And here's a 3-1. Lifted into right center field. Back to the wall and out of here. Grand slam for Connor Grant. I'll now hold him on a minute. It came back into the field. It must have bounced off the lighting box that's to our right here in right center field, and that should be a grand slam, and it is. (10-0) North Greenville off the grand slam from the right fielder, Connor Grant. Makes it 10-1. Base is now cleared for the first baseman, Ryan Brown, who has walked twice today, scored a run, and stole second. First pitch swinging, 2-hopper over to second, plenty of time, and Castenda to Barber for out number 2. And now the DH, Andrew Plunkett, up with 2 outs. 1 for 2 today with a double and a run scored in the first. Struck out swinging to lead off for out number 1 in the third. And he'll take ball 1 up high. There's a 1-0. Well, at the knees, but ball, strike 1. There's a 1-1. Big rip and a miss, strike 2. And a fly ball over to right. That one's going to drop. And a big turn, and he'll go for second. Plunkett takes off, and he will arrive safely. Pulled up at first, thought he had a single. Started up the engine again and able to chug in safely after King had some trouble with it over in right. And Plunkett with his second double of the game. Well, now it'll be scored as a single for Plunkett and advancing on the error by the right fielder. Next man up will be the center fielder, Jack Morris, who has homered back in the first. Grounded out back to the pitcher in the third on a sacrifice. And he'll take ball 1. Ball 2 issued to Morris. No matter, now this is the 9th game this season. North Greenville has scored 10 runs or more. And there's a 2-0. Home run swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Morris. And the 8 previous have all been wins. A 2-1 to Morris. Inside, 3-1. Three-one count to the NGU center fielder. Morris drives it over the right side, trailing in foul territory, and nobody's going to be able to make a play on it. 3-2. Went for more, step back in the box. Full count, 2 outs, runner on second. Boyd draws set. Fires. And high in the zone over to short. Throw to first in time, and that will retire the side. Connor Grant comes up big this inning for North Greenville, a grand slam, and that'll bring up 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors, and 1 left on base to end the 4th. Heading to the top of the 5th, North Greenville now with a 9-run lead, 10-1. And due up for the Tornado will be Meyer King. Back to the top of the order for Castaneda coming up here on the North Greenville Sports Network.
Up to bat number 22, Austin Meyer.
King starting off the top of the 5th here with Austin Meyer, the DH. And Ethan Gardner fires a first pitch to him, driven into deep left. Josh Black going after it, and he'll make the grab a step shy of the warning track for out number 1. That'll drop Meyer to 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of flyouts. This will bring up the right fielder, number 12, Ashton King, who is 1 for 1 today with a single back in the 2nd. Gardner offers, and a check swing, strike 1. The 0-1. Fouled away, first base side, strike 2. In the 0-2, and driven hard into right field. Connor Grant going after it over his head. Extra bases here for King. And he'll pull up at second for the double.
Up to bat, number 10.
So the 9 spot coming up productive for the Tornado. That'll put Ashton King 2 for 2 with a single and a double. And we'll turn us over to the top of the order for the second baseman, J.P. Castaneda. He's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout in the first and a strikeout in the second. He'll drive this one into left field right to Josh Black for the second out. 2 down. And now the third baseman, Mark Michael, who has a lone run on the board for King, homered back in the first, flew out to center in the third inning. So 1 for 2 today for Michael's. Got a runner on second here with 2 outs. And ball 1, low and away. One 0. Same spot, low and away, 2-0. Gardner doesn't want to give him anything up high. That's where Michael was waiting on that home run pitch back in the first. Now the 2-0. And he fires it right down the middle there, strike 1. A 2-1. Driven into left field. Black going after it, and that is foul. 2-2. Gardner draws set here on the 2-2, 2 outs. Fires. And that hit him. Gardner lost the handle on it, ran in on the left elbow of Michael. And that'll put 2 on for King with 2 outs and ensure the inning will reach the center fielder, Tony Valdez, who's 0 for 2 today with a fly out to third and a strikeout swinging back in the third inning. So Gardner will look for out number 3 against Valdez. And he'll swing at the first pitch and foul it away for strike 1. That is the sixth time Gardner has hit a batter this season. And they'll get ready here on the 0-1. Loses it downstairs, 1-1. Two down for Gardner, checks second, fires to the plate, and fouled away to put Valdez behind 1-2. Gardner will spin off the mound. What a big gamesmanship there between Gardner and the runner on second, as here's a chopper over to first, and Brown will snag it and make the unassisted out. That'll retire the side for King. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. to end the top of the fifth. 10-1 North Greenville leads it as we're halfway home here at Ray and B. Dillard Field. Leading off the bottom half of the inning will be Williams, Gilbert, and Black due up in the bottom of the fifth here on the North Greenville Sports Network.
Not wrong,
North Greenville leading King 10-1 as we make our way to the bottom of the fifth. Jared Williams will lead it off for NGU. Williams is 0 for 2 today with a ground out to second in the first and a fly out to second in the third. And he'll foul the first pitch he sees from Grant Boyd off for strike one. Boyd now pitching past the 90 pitch mark. And ball one missing low and away. There's a 1-1. Chopper foul. A third, that'll put him behind 1 and 2. We'll see how far Boyd can go here as he fires a 1-2, missing upstairs, 2 and 2. Boyd offers again, and Williams fouls it off. The 2-2, low and away, 3 and 2, full count to Williams. Count full, and low in the zone, swung on through the gap into center field. Williams will pull up at first, and that'll be his first hit of the day as he's aboard with a leadoff single. So move things down to Eric Gilbert in the 9th spot today for North Greenville, playing third. Has grounded out to second back in the first. Walked his last time up in the 4th, and then got caught stealing second. And a runner goes down to second, and they gun down Williams. And Coach Powell out halfway to home plate, and I believe he was wanting a balk against Boyd. And that is what it looks like he is discussing, a throwing motion there from Boyd. Now he's called the home plate umpire over. Rick Curtis, today's home plate umpire, feeling the wrath of Coach Powell, trying to get his point across. And Williams is already back in the North Greenville dugout. And I don't think Coach Powell is going to win this argument. Gilbert and Ruiz having a laugh about it, and Williams will stay out. Second time King has called a runner today. And now Gilbert will step back into the box with the bases empty. And ball one. And a 1-0. Gilbert lifts it into left field, hanging up. And caught for out number 2 by Barbado.
Stepping up to bat number 8, Josh.
And we'll turn the card over back to the top of the lineup for the left fielder, Josh Black. He's flown out to center today, grounded out back to the pitcher, reached on an error his last time up back in the 4th, and came around to score. Black officially listed as 0 for 3 today. And ball one missing from Boyd as Boyd now very close to the century mark. Black hammers the next one, foul at third base, 1-1. Two down here for North Greenville, the 1-1. Black sends a high chopper right to short. Long throw from Bailey, but he gets the runner. Now we'll retire the side for North Greenville here in the bottom of the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We're through 5. North Greenville leading by 9, 10-1 over the Tornado of King University. Due up in the top of the 6th will be Ruiz, Bailey, and Barber. The heart of the order when we come back here on the North Greenville Sports Network.
Look at the, it was on the camera. The V. Go away. Be gone. That's okay. Only 16 people have said that.
Stepping up to bat number 4, Bubba Ruiz.
Bubba Ruiz leads off the top of the 6th. North Greenville leading 10-1 over King. Ethan Gardner returns back to the mound and fires downstairs, ball 1. Ruiz 1 for 2 today with a single back in the 1st. Stranded at second after reaching there on a wild pitch. And Gardner misfiring again outside, 2-0. Ruiz grounded out back to Gardner to end the third inning. A 2-0. Popped up foul out of play, 2-1. There's a 2-1. And fouled away again to the backstop, 2-2. A 2-2. Oh, and that one caught the umpire's mask. Looks okay, though. He'll put the mask back on, and we're ready to go again. Now Gardner already in motion for the 2-2. Ball 3 low and away. Full count to the catcher. Full count pitch. Strike 3 is called. Gardner will ring him up.
Up to bat, number 34, Tyler Bailey.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Tyler Bailey, as Gardner sits another one down for strikeout number 6. And fires ball 1 low and away to Bailey. 0 for 2 today with a fly out to right. And a strikeout looking back in the 4th. Gardner missing again. 2-0. And missing outside one more time. 3-0. And now Gardner fires right down the middle into the 3-0 count to make it 3-1. The 3-1. Strike 2. And Bailey thought he had a walk. Swung on over to right. That one's going to drop in front of Connor Grant for a base hit for Bailey. The 1-out single will move us down to the first baseman, Hunter Barber. 1 for 2 today with a single back in the 2nd. And a line out to Jared Williams back in the 4th. First pitch to him, fouled away. Strike 1 to the Tornado first baseman. Here with a runner on first and 1 out. 0-1. Driven off the glove of Brown. And no play will happen as Williams comes over to cover. And that'll put 2 on for King. And that will be scored as a hit for Barber. That'll be his 2nd of the day. And move us down to the left fielder, Kevin Barbado, who's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout back in the 2nd and a ground out in the 4th. And Gardner now approaching 80 pitches and might be starting to wear out a little bit here in the top of the 6th. No activity down in the NGU bullpen yet. Gardner ready to offer. First pitch swinging, chopper to third, tag the bag, and it's foul. Strike one against Barbado. I'm 0-1 and make it 1-1. One out and fouled away over the first base side, 1-2. Gardner fires, and another high chopper. Here's a chance for two. Got second to first. First is not in time. They will get the runner at second, and that'll put two away. Barbado able to reach. That'll bring up the DH for King. This is Austin Meyer. 0 for 2 today with a pair of flyouts in the second and then in the fifth. Runners at the corners now for King, and ball one missing high and outside to Meyer. And a 1-0. Outside, John Jones coming over for that one, 2-0. Now Gardner able to rifle one in, strike one. Gardner draws set, ready for the 2-1. And fouled away, make it 2-2. And off the end of the bat into left center field. There goes Morris back for it, and he'll make the grab. Runner able to tag, but that will retire the side for King. No runs on 2 hits, no errors. And 2 left on base to end the top of the 6th. North Greenville still with a 9-run lead over King, 10-1. And due up in the bottom half of the inning will be Utah Jones, John Jones, and Connor Grant when we come back here on the North Greenville Sports Network. New pitcher on the mound for King. This is number 38, Ben Farlow, a right-handed sophomore out of Virginia. And so that will bring it into the day for Grant Boyd. He will finish the day with 5 innings pitched. He's allowed 10 hits, 10 runs, 9 of them earned. Walked 4, struck out 1. Allowed 3 doubles, 2 home runs, and went 109 pitches. So Farlow will take over from him there, and he will face off first against the shortstop, Utah Jones. And ball 1 inside. Jones 2 for 3 today with a single, a double, and 2 runs scored. And low one outside, 2-0. And missing outside, 3-0. No numbers for 38 on the season, so getting his first pitching action here in this game. And Farlow misses again outside, a 4-pitch walk to the shortstop, Utah Jones. And that'll bring up the catcher, John Jones for North Greenville, who is 2 for 2 today. Has singled back in the first, doubled in the second, walked in the fourth. And he'll hammer this one into right field. It's up, and it's gone, no doubt about that one. Fifth home run on the season for John Jones. And that'll make it 12-1. And now Connor Grant with the bases empty, nobody out. And he'll hammer the first pitch right to third, smothered and thrown out in time at first. 1 down for King. That'll drop Grant to 2 for 4 on the day. Does have a single and a home run. 4 RBIs altogether for the NGU right fielder. We'll turn our attention to Ryan Brown at first today for North Greenville. Brown has walked twice in the first and third. Has a run scored, stole second, and grounded out to second base back in the fourth. And takes ball 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. One-0, going for the fences and missed it, strike 1. Here to 1-1, low and away, 2-1. Two on from Farlow, in at the knees, strike 2. Farlow draws set, and a 2-2. Off the end of the bat into center field for a base hit. And there is Ryan Brown aboard with his first hit of the day.
Up to bat number 5, Alex Williams.
This will be a pitch hitter in place of the DH Andrew Plunkett. This will be Alex Williams, who will come in here to bat in the 6th. And Alex Williams batting .243 on the season for North Greenville. And watches ball 1 go by. And 1-0. Low and away, 2-0. So Plunkett will finish the day 2 for 3 with a double, a single, and a strikeout. Next pitch from Farlow, low and away, 3-0. Hitters count to Williams coming in here to pitch hit. And the 6th, Farlow fires in the zone, strike 1. And here comes a 3-1. Swing and a miss by Williams, strike 2. Full count. Full count to Williams here with 1 out. Runner goes, and Williams hits it into right field. And already around second, heading to third is Brown, and that is where he will pull up at third base. And Williams with a single to right will put him at the corners for the center fielder, Jack Morris. Morris 1 for 2 today with a home run, 2 RBIs, a run scored, and a sacrifice. Offering from Farlow, down low and dropped by Ruiz, ball 1. Brown at third, Alex Williams at first. North Greenville up by 11 here in the bottom of the 6th. One 0. Downstairs, 2-0. From Farlow. Popped up in the shallow left. Shortstop going after it, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. That's Bailey out there on the fly out from Morris. And now second baseman Jared Williams up for North Greenville, 1 for 3. Ground out in the first to second, flew out to second in the third. Got a single in the 5th and got caught trying to steal second. Still runners at the corners now with 2 down. And Farlow will offer strike 1. Post them up at the corners. Here's the 0-1, 0-2. And now Farlow a strike away from getting out of the 6th. And here's the 0-2. Ran inside, missing a zone 1 and 2. One, two, and that one hit him. Caught him in the lower part of the back leg, back left leg, and that will put Williams aboard and load him up for Eric Gilbert. Gilbert 0 for 2 today with a walk. Back in the 4th. And he got caught trying to steal second. Other than that, a ground out to second back in the 1st inning. And that will be it for Farlow. As Coach Brown will come out from the Tornado dugout and make another pitching change here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Third pitcher of the day for the Tornado. This will be number 21, Miguel de Guzman. A left-handed senior from Miami, Florida, will take over from Farlow, who will be responsible for all 3 runners currently on base. And Farlow, only going 2/3 of an inning, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, both of those earned, and a potential for 3 more. Walked 1, didn't strike out anybody, hit a batter, gave up a home run, and lasted 24 pitches. So North Greenville will have them loaded. 2 outs, though, for the Crusaders here in the bottom of the 6th. Third pitcher of the day on the mound for King, number 21, Miguel de Guzman, will check in and will take over from Ben Farlow. And ball 1 skipping away from the catcher Ruiz to Eric Gilbert. Here in the bottom of the 6th, King only needs 1 more out, but they've got him loaded here. That's a 1-0. Missing upstairs, 2-0. Gilbert's already walked once today. I don't have anywhere to put him. The 2-0. Gilbert hammers that one into his own dugout for strike 1. 2-1 and check swing and leaving it up at 2-2. And the breaking ball breaks too much. That'll fill it up. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs to Gilbert. Payoff pitch. Ball or strike 3. Wow. Jumping the gun there a little bit, and Gilbert will go down on strikes as the side is retired against North Greenville. 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors. And the Crusaders leave them loaded here to end the 6th. We'll head to the top of the 7th. King trailing by 11, 12-1. Do it for the Tornado will be King, Castaneda, and Michael when we come back here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Coming back for the top of the 7th here on the North Greenville Sports Network, Ashton King set to lead things off for the Tornado. And a new pitcher on the mound for North Greenville. This is number 11, Shane Bishop, who will take over from the starter, Ethan Gardner, who will finish the day with 6 innings through. Also, every position has changed on the field for North Greenville, as we'll have to update you on that as we go along. But Shane Bishop will take over and fire ball 1 to King, who is 2 for 2 today with a single and a double. Lex Tootin now in at catcher. The rest of the infield, Sean Parsons will take over at first. Connor Driscoll at second. Ball 2 from Bishop. Dawson Price will take over at shortstop. Cameron Norgren will take over at third. And in the outfield, from right to left, Josh Schinter will take over in right. Mitchell Painter in center. And Toby Sponseller over in left. Ball 3 from Bishop. Ethan Gardner will finish today with 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, gave up a run. It was earned. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 6. Did hit a batter, as Bishop is able to find strike zone there for strike 1. Gave up a double, a home run, and Gardner went 96 pitches thrown. Bishop now taking over for him. And missing up high in the zone, ball 4. That will walk King, so Ashton King will reach base for the 3rd time today and turn things over to the top of the order for J.P. Castaneda. You know, Ashton King's only a triple and a home run away from the cycle, but he's running out of time to get it. Now Bishop off the glove of the catcher, almost hit Castaneda. Instead, he'll take ball one. A 1-0. Down low, 2-0. Only one strike so far from Bishop. And now he'll get strike number 2 as Castaneda will foul it off. Moves the count to 2-1. And ripped past the diving third baseman into left field. And that'll put Castaneda aboard with nobody out.
Up to bat number 8, Mark Michael.
This will bring up Mark Michael with 2 on, nobody out. Michael today has reached base twice, or rather he homered in the first. Flew out in the third to center and was hit by a pitch last time up. And takes a big home run swing, but missed it, strike 1. Bishop offers again, strike 2. There comes the 0-2. Hit up high in the zone to center field. Mitchell Painter going after it, and it is off the fence. This will score a run for King. Might try and score 2 here as the relay throw will come in and be cut off at third. And it's a 2 RBI double for Mark Michael, who currently will have all the runs batted in for King today. He'll post up at second. Still nobody out. Bring up the center fielder, Tony Valdez, who is 0 for 3 with a fly out, a strikeout, and a ground out to first. And Bishop missing way outside, 1-0. Rifled in, strike 1. One. Missing outside, 2-1. A 2-1 from Bishop. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. There you go. Bishop still looking for his first out. 2 runs have come in for King. It's 12-3. They're on the top of the 7th. Runner still on second. It's Mark Michael. And lifted high into right center field. Painter going for it, and in and out of his glove. And that will post up a double, and the run going home. Throw to the plate is late. And that will score another run for King. And the double for Valdez. The inning continues for King, and here comes Coach Powell out from the dugout, making the motion to the bullpen. So a rough outing for Shane Bishop. His day will be done with no outs recorded. And I believe coming in for him will be number 28, Daniel Kite. And here comes Kite up to the mound. The right-handed junior from Lexington, South Carolina, will take over from Bishop. Bishop charged with the runner on second, as he will finish the day with no outs recorded, so showing no innings pitched for him. Gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, all 3 of those earned, walked 1, no strikeouts, 2 doubles given up, and Bishop only going 17 pitches. So Kite will come in to try and get King out here in the 7th inning. The numbers on Kite. He'll come in with a 8.31 ERA, 1 win, no losses. This will be his 9th appearance, and through 8 2/3, he's given up 10 hits, 8 runs, all of them earned. Walked 3, struck out 9. 2 extra base hits allowed for him. And opponent's batting .278 against Kite. And he'll be facing off against the catcher, Bubba Ruiz, who will be up first. 1 for 3 today with a single back in the first, ground out to the pitcher in the 3rd, and a strikeout in the 6th. (12-4), North Greenville leading by 8. And King starting to make a game of it here in the latter stages. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Games 2 and 3 will be tomorrow as part of a Saturday afternoon Conference Carolinas doubleheader. First pitch tomorrow to get things underway will be at noon. Game 3 will follow about half an hour after the conclusion of game 2. So let's see if Daniel Kite can get the 3 outs needed to end the 7th against King, as this will be the 5th batter to the plate. The runner on second, nobody out. Kite fires, and first pitch swinging to short. They'll get the out at first in time as the runner moves over to third. One down for the shortstop, Tyler Bailey, who will come up 1 for 3. Started off with a fly out to right, a strikeout looking on the 4th, and singled back in the 6th. Runner at third for the Tornado here with 1 down. And first pitch swinging, fouled away. Strike 1. Best inning by far for King. And their first run scored since the first. Kite fires outside. Ball 1. The 1-1 lifted high to center field. Painter going after it. He'll make the grab. Runner tags. And Painter on the throw to the plate. High and off target. And King will score run number 5. 2 down, though, for North Greenville, so The run will be charged to Bishop
Bat number 23, Hunter Barbour.
as King rattles off 4 straight runs here in the 7th. And Hunter Barber, the first baseman, will try and keep it going. Base is now clear, and he'll take ball 1. A 1-0, swung on, over to short. Good fielding there by Utah Jones, who gets it to Brown at first in time to get the runner. And that was Dawson Price to Sean Parsons. Forgot about all the defensive changes made here in the 7th for North Greenville, but the side is retired for the Tornado. Not before 4 runs come across on 3 hits. No errors. Nobody left on base. It's 12-5 as we make our way to the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch here at Ray and B. Dillard Field. Do it for the Crusaders. Leading things off will be Toby Sponseller, Dawson Price, and Lex Tootin when we come back here on the North Greenville Sports Network.
Up to bat number 21, Toby Sponseller. You can run on.
Toby Sponseller will lead off the bottom of the 7th for North Greenville. He'll face off against number 21, Miguel de Guzman. Getting the 3rd out in the bottom of the 6th. And we'll stay in here for King. And missing high and away, ball 1. Sponseller batting .250 on the season for North Greenville. 3 hits and 12 at bats. And will foul one off the third base side. Looking at a 1-2 count as he'll foul another one off. Now the 1-2. Popped up over the first base side and is playable and caught. 1 down as Barber makes the grab in foul territory for out number 1. This will be Dawson Price next up. He'll take over the 2nd spot from Utah Jones. Price batting an even .200 on the season. And he'll swing at the first pitch and foul it away. Strike 1. You know, 1. Just missing outside. 1-1. And fouled away. 1-2. And scoots it inside. Make it 2-2. Other conference baseball around the Conference Carolinas today. Barton and Erskine in play for game one. We have appeal down to first. Price did not go. That will be ball 3, full count. Barton and Erskine in action today. Belmont Abbey and Limestone in action today. As Price will hammer this one into left center field. This one's high. This one is gone. Dawson Price with the homer. And it's 13-5 in favor of North Greenville. That will be the first home run of the season for Price. Bring up the catcher, Lex Tootin. Tootin with a .059 batting average and takes strike one. Only one hit for Tootin on the season. And time's called. Rounding out the conference schedule, Emmanuel out of conference play, playing Embry-Riddle, Florida. Mount Olive and Southern Wesleyan in action as this one's hammered to shallow left and dropped by the shortstop. Tootin will reach on the error. And that'll move it down to Josh Center. Center batting .333 on the season for NGU. 2 hits and 6 at-bats for him. And ball 1 missing low and away. Mount Olive Southern Wesleyan in game 1 today. Belmont Abbey and Limestone in game 1 of their series today, and that rounds out the conference action for Friday, March 16th. Center golfed at it, missed. Strike one. One count here, 1 out, and runner on first. Here's the 1-1, make it 2-1. DeGuzman draws set and fouled away into the bullpen. Or 2-2 count. Great weather to have here at a NGU baseball game. One finally where it's not freezing cold or windy. Two count to center. And way outside, 3-2. Pitch on the way, right to short. Chance for 2. Here's King on 1, and they turn the double play. (6-4-3) double play, and that ends the inning for NGU. One run on 2 hits, no errors. 1 left on for NGU. Heading to the top of the 8th for King. And it will be the bottom of the order due up for the Tornado. Barbado, Meyer, and King, 7, 8, 9. With the Tornado trailing by 8 here on the North Greenville Sports Network.
Right now, Texas is up on the 35-26.
Texas.
West Virginia is Missouri State 38-29. I never said the upset, but that was
Kevin Barbado leading off the top of the 8th here for King as the Tornado trail by 8. Finally getting back on the scoreboard an inning ago, scoring 4 in the 7th. And Daniel Kite will return to the mound and fire ball 1 down low. Kite taking over from Shane Bishop, who was unable to record an out after giving up 3 runs to King. And one fouled away down the first base side. We'll even it up at 1-1. Eight-run lead here for North Greenville. Will be interesting to see if Kite can get through this inning. What the call will be heading into the top of the 9th, with these two teams set to play 16 innings tomorrow in 2 games. Popped up in the infield. Kite calling for it. Now he backs away, and it's Parsons coming over. 1 down.
Up to bat, number 22, Austin Meyer.
This will bring up the DH, Austin Meyer, for the Tornado. Meyer 0 for 3 today with a fly out to second, left, and center. And takes ball 1 up high. Now Kite trying to sidearm it in. We'll miss downstairs. 2-0. From Kite, runs in, 3-0. Hitters count to the DH, and Kite rifles one in, strike 1. All right, 3-1 from Kite. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Now full count to Meyer. Pitch on the way. Missing outside, ball 4.
Up to bat, number 12, Ashton King.
That'll walk Meyer and move it down to Ashton King, who from his ninth batting spot is the only Tornado player today North Greenville has not gotten out. He has singled, doubled, and walked today, coming around to score a run back in the 7th. Kite got to navigate the right-hander here, and missing down low, ball 1. And the 1-0. And a bounce to the short. Chance for 2. And they will do it. North Greenville turns 2 on the 6-3. The 6-3 double play is that was Dawson Price coming over, getting the out at second, and flinging to Parsons at first to retire the side for King. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for King at the end of the 8th, or the end of the top of the 8th. Heading to the bottom of the 8th, North Greenville up by 8, 13-5. Due up for the Crusaders will be Parsons, Alex Williams, and Mitchell Painter when we come back here on the North Greenville Sports Network.
Up to bat number 20, Sean Parsons.
Miguel de Guzman going to try and keep things level here for King as he'll face off against Parsons, Alex Williams, and Painter due up here in the bottom of the 8th for North Greenville. And strike 1 issued to Parsons. Parsons, this will be his first at bat since checking in the 7th, and that one hit him. I'll put a runner at first for North Greenville after Parsons takes one on the right shoulder. And this will bring up Alex Williams. Williams came in the 6th inning for North Greenville, picked up a single, so he's 1 for 1 today. And that one runs in on him, ball 1. You're 1-0 to Williams. And umpire calls time as a pitch was thrown. Okay, so that doesn't count. We'll do it again, the 1-0. Swing and a miss, strike 1. One. Swung on low in the zone, right to first where it's bobbled. And they will get Williams at first for the first out. That does move Parsons over to second and brings up Mitchell Painter with a runner in scoring position. Painter picked up his first hit of the season against Lander on Wednesday. And can score Parsons here as he'll try and do that but miss it, strike 1. One out, runner on second. And they go 1. And Painter sends a hopper foul, strike 2. 0-2. Runs in, ball one. Count still in favor of King here as Painter will lift this one to left field and right to Barbado for the second out. Parsons holds at second. And this will bring up Connor Driscoll. Slides into second for North Greenville, and Driscoll batting .222. Still a runner on second here with two down. First offering, high and outside, ball one. And there's one in the zone, strike one. And missing low and inside, ball two. And a 2-1. Big rip at the slider and a miss. Strike two, 2-2. Here's a 2-2. Outside, 3-2. Full count, 2 outs. Payoff pitch. Lifted into right field and right to King to retire the side. And at the end of 8, North Greenville leads 13-5. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on at the end of the 8th. King down to their final 3 outs, heading to the top of the 9th. And it'll be down to the top of the order. Castaneda, Michael, and Valdez to keep it alive for the Tornado when we come back here on the North Greenville Sports Network to close things out. Back here for the top of the 9th. King down to their final 3 outs. They need 8 runs to tie, 9 to take the lead here, and Frankie Fernandez will come in to try and close things out for North Greenville in this situation. And a pitch hitter here for King. This will be number 27, Trader Flora. He will come into bat for Castaneda. Flora batting .233 on the season for King. And ball one up high from Fernandez to start things off. Fernandez, a 7.27 ERA on the season for North Greenville. 1 win, no losses. This is his 8th appearance as he finds his own for strike one. Fourth pitcher used for North Greenville today by Coach Powell. And ball two missing. Make it 2-1 count. And a 2-1. Big rip and a miss, strike two. A heater there from Fernandez. And a 2-2. At the knees, but that'll fill it up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A 3-2. Fouled away. Flora stays alive. Mark Michael waiting on deck for the Tornado. He has homered and doubled today and has also reached base by getting hit. Fernandez fires. This one driven to right field. High, back, and gone. You know, King not going down without a fight. And that is the 3rd home run for Trader Flora. That makes it 13-6.
Up the bat, number 14, Cam Heyman.
And this should be Mark Michael. Don't see why King would take him out right now. And they did. It is Cam Haymans. So 1 home run already. And Fernandez ready to go. Strike 1 into Haymans. Haymans batting .500 on the season for King. 6 at bats, 3 hits. And Fernandez fires, just missing outside. Haymans hangs off of it, 1-1. And a 1-1. Strike 2. And the 1-2 from Fernandez. Got him to go after it. Strike 3. 1 down. First strikeout there for the North Greenville pitching crew since the 6th inning. Let's bring up the center fielder. This is Tony Valdez's spot. And Valdez will keep his spot. 1 for 4 today with his own lone hit. Coming back in the 7th as a double. And he'll take strike 1 here. Yo, 1. And a slow roller right back to the pitcher, Fernandez. Flip to Parsons at first. 2 down. And the last hope is the catcher, Bubba Ruiz.
Up to bat number 41, River Lasky.
And this will be a pitch hitter. This will be number 41, River Lasky. Sliding into the catcher spot and batting fourth here for King. And he'll swing at the first pitch, drive it right to first. Parson flip back to Fernandez, and that's your ball game. So after giving up the leadoff home run to Flora, King goes down 1-2-3, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base to end the ninth for the Tornado. North Greenville takes game 1, 13-6, to take a 1-0 series lead heading into the doubleheader tomorrow afternoon. Again, that game 2 will start about noon, and game 3 will start about 30 minutes after the conclusion of game 2. North Greenville wins at 13-6. North Greenville gets just under half of their performance done in the first inning, 6 runs to King's 1. North Greenville attack on 4 more in the 4th, 2 more in the 6th, and 1 more in the 7th. King would finally get back on the board, 4 runs in the 7th, and then 1 in the 9th, but would ultimately fall short as it's all said and done. 13 runs, 15 hits, no errors for North Greenville, 6 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors for King. And now taking a look at the final stats, Josh Black going 0 for 4 but scoring a run. Utah Jones 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored. Dawson Price going 1 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored. John Jones 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 3 runs for him. Lex Tootin going 1 for 1. Connor Grant 2 for 4, 4 RBIs for him and 2 runs scored. Ryan Brown went 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. Andrew Plunkett 2 for 3. He had 3 RBIs. Jack Morris 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Jared Williams going 1 for 3. And that rounds out the hitting for North Greenville. Ethan Garner will pick up his 4th win for North Greenville as he will improve to 4-1. He went 6 innings, gave up 7 hits, 1 run. It was earned, struck out 6, and went 96 pitches for North Greenville. For King, the loss will go to Grant Boyd. That's his 2nd of the year. He went 5 innings, gave up 10 hits, 10 runs, 9 of those earned. Walked 4, struck out 1, and he went 109 for King. Good day for Mark Michael. He goes 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. And Ashton King went 2 for 3 with a run scored. Hunter Barber also coming up later in the game. He goes 2 for 4 for King. Now time to announce your Moses Greer Player of the Game, and gotta honestly say it's a dead heat between John Jones, Connor Grant, and Andrew Plunkett for that award. So we'll give it to Connor Grant with his 4 RBIs, and we'll give a very close mention there to John Jones for his 3 for 3 performance today. Andrew Plunkett also going 2 for 3. Good job by those Crusaders. We'll be back with you tomorrow at noon for the start of the Saturday doubleheader, Game 2 between North Greenville and King. As your final score here, 13-6 in favor of North Greenville. So I'm Gray Sutherland saying farewell from Ray and B. Dillard Field, where the final score is 13-6. North Greenville takes it. Special thanks to Scott Rouse, Rondo Thompson, and Clay Caldwell for today's game. Don't forget to follow us on youtube.com/North Greenville Sports Network and keep up with the latest news at NGUathletics.com. This has been a presentation of NGU Baseball here on the North Greenville Sports Network.